Cats are famous for being clean. They spend hours grooming themselves every day, keeping their fur tidy and soft. But here's the thing, when your cat suddenly stops grooming like they used to, or they begin over-grooming to the point of pulling out fur, it's not just a mood swing. It could be a warning, a silent alarm. Cats that stop grooming might be dealing with pain, arthritis, or even kidney issues, and those who overgroom, they might be anxious, allergic, or battling skin infections. At first, it's easy to overlook. You may think, maybe she's just being lazy today, or, hey, shedding because of the season. But what if it's more than that? What if your cat's way of crying for help is buried in those silent changes? Those skipped grooming sessions, those red patches under licked fur. This is why observing small daily behaviors matters. If your cat is licking less or more, it's time to pay attention. It might be nothing, but it might be everything. 2. Sudden weight changes, even small ones. Now let me ask you something. When was the last time you really looked at your cat's body shape? Not just a casual glance while they walk past, but a real look. Because sudden changes in weight, whether it's gain or loss, can be a red flag that your cat's health is slipping under the radar. Weight loss in cats is especially dangerous. It might seem like your cat is just getting older or being picky, but unintentional weight loss can point to hyperthyroidism, diabetes, or cancer, all serious, life-altering conditions. And the most heartbreaking part, it often goes unnoticed until the illness is advanced. Now, on the other hand, sudden weight gain might seem less alarming. But here's the truth. Gaining weight isn't just about extra treats. It can indicate fluid retention from organ failure or signal metabolic issues that are affecting your cat from the inside out. So how do you catch this in time? You make it a habit. You weigh your cat regularly, even monthly. You learn what's normal for them, what's healthy. Because by the time it looks obvious to your eye, the damage could already be deep inside. Remember, your cat won't complain. They'll carry their pain quietly. It's up to you to listen with your eyes. 3. Hiding more than usual. Here's a question only a true cat parent will understand. Has your cat been disappearing lately? Cats are naturally curious. They love hiding in boxes, under beds, or behind curtains. It's part of their nature. But when your cat suddenly starts hiding more than usual, especially during times when they used to be social, that's not just quirky behavior. That could be illness whispering through their silence. When a cat is in pain or feeling unwell, instinct tells them to hide. In the wild, weakness is a vulnerability. Even though your home is safe and loving, their primal brain still tells them, hide when hurt. So if your once friendly kitty now spends hours tucked away in the closet, or avoids being touched, don't ignore it. It might not be about mood. It might be their quiet way of saying, something's wrong, I need help. And don't wait to see a dramatic change. It starts small, a few hours in a new hiding spot, less time by the window, less time near you. You're not just their owner, you're their guardian, and their silence could be begging for your attention. 4. Sudden changes in vocalization. You've heard your cat meow 1,000 times. But have you ever heard them cry? Cats are typically quiet creatures, until they're not. A cat that suddenly becomes vocal, meowing more than usual, crying at night, or calling out in a tone that feels different. It's not just talking. That sound could be a distress call. Especially in older cats, increased vocalization can be a sign of cognitive dysfunction, a feline version of dementia. They might feel lost in their own home, confused, scared, so they call out. Not for food, not for play, but because they don't know what's happening inside their own mind. For younger cats, sudden vocal outbursts could mean they're in pain. Maybe they're dealing with arthritis, or maybe there's an internal issue they can't explain to you in any way but through sound. And sometimes, it's a hormonal shift. Unspayed or unneutered cats may cry out during mating seasons. But if your cat is already fixed, and they're still vocalizing oddly, don't brush it off. You know your cat's voice. You've heard them coo, purr, chirp. So when that tone turns sharp, urgent, or just off, listen. Don't wait until the sound becomes a scream. That whisper of pain is all the warning you may get. Part 5. Unusual sleeping patterns. You know how cats love to sleep, right? But what if that peaceful snooze turns into a red flag? Normally, a healthy adult cat sleeps anywhere from 12 to 16 hours a day. Kittens and seniors might clock in even more, but there's a rhythm to it. Play, explore, eat, sleep. If your cat suddenly starts sleeping way more than usual, or hides to sleep in places they've never used before, don't ignore it. Oversleeping or hiding away could be your cat's way of telling you something is wrong. It could be something as simple as boredom, sure, but it can also point to more serious issues, like kidney disease, hypothyroidism, or chronic pain. And if they're awake at odd hours, pacing the house or meowing while everyone sleeps, it might mean they're anxious, uncomfortable, or even in pain. Watch for the changes in their sleeping patterns. Not just how much they sleep, but where, when, and how. That's your silent clue. Part 6: Grooming habits. Too much or too little. Cats are known for being clean freaks. They groom themselves all the time, licking, nibbling, keeping their fur sleek and smooth. But what happens when they suddenly stop? Or maybe they start doing it too much. If your cat's coat looks greasy, patchy, or unkempt, that's not just poor style. It's a possible health alert. Cats that don't feel well will often stop grooming entirely. Arthritis or obesity might make grooming physically difficult, while conditions like depression, liver disease, or dental pain might kill the motivation completely. You'll see matted fur, dandruff, maybe even that dull, lifeless look in their eyes. But there's another side to it: overgrooming. If your cat is obsessively licking one spot, it could be an allergy, stress reaction, or even something called feline hyperesthesia, a neurological disorder that causes their skin to feel irritated or twitchy. You might even find bald patches or skin wounds. Either extreme, too much grooming or not enough, is not just a quirk, it's a red flag your cat needs help. Part 7: Changes in breathing or meowing. Most cat owners don't pay attention to how their cat breathes. It's one of those things that seems normal until it's not. But your cat's breathing rate and vocal sounds can reveal a lot. If you notice your cat breathing rapidly when they're resting, or taking shallow breaths even while lying down, something may be wrong. Watch their sides. Are they moving in and out too fast? That's not something you can ignore. Also, listen to their meow. Has it changed? Maybe it sounds raspier, weaker, or more urgent than usual. Cats often change their vocal patterns when they're in pain or distress. A quiet cat suddenly meowing a lot, or a talkative cat going silent, should catch your attention. And if you hear wheezing or coughing, that could signal respiratory problems, allergies, or even heart issues. Don't assume it's just a hairball. When it comes to breathing and vocal shifts, subtle signs can be the most serious. Part 80: Weight changes. Gaining or losing. A cat's weight might not change overnight, but even small shifts can carry big meaning. If your cat is gaining weight without eating more, it could be a sign of thyroid imbalance or a slower metabolism linked to underlying issues. But sudden or gradual weight loss, that's even more alarming. It can mean anything from diabetes, kidney failure, cancer, or digestive disorders. Sometimes, weight loss is hidden under all that fur, especially in long-haired cats. You might not notice until you actually feel their bones more prominently when you pick them up. That's why regular weigh-ins at home can help. Use a simple scale or just watch how their body feels and looks week to week. Also, keep an eye on their appetite. Are they begging but not eating? Nibbling then walking away? Are they suddenly ravenous but still losing weight? These clues, when tied to weight change, can point to something deeper. Your cat can't tell you what hurts, but their body will. You just have to watch closely. Part 9: Bad breath is not just gross. It's a red flag. Cat breath isn't supposed to smell like roses, sure. But if your cat's breath makes you flinch, there's a bigger issue at play. Persistent bad breath in cats, especially if it smells like ammonia or sour milk, can be a warning sign of serious health problems. One of the most common causes is dental disease. Plaque and tartar buildup can lead to inflamed gums, tooth decay, and even infections that spread to other organs. If your cat suddenly flinches when chewing, paws at their mouth, or drools more than usual, don't ignore it. But sometimes bad breath has nothing to do with their teeth. A sharp ammonia smell can signal kidney disease, especially in older cats. A sweet or fruity smell, that could mean diabetes. The mouth is more than a feeding tool, it's a window into your cat's health. Pay attention to how they smell, because that scent might be telling you something vital. Part 100 dull, greasy, or patchy fur. Your cat's fur is supposed to be soft, clean, and full. If it's dull, greasy, matted, or thinning out, your cat is waving a red flag, not just having a bad hair day. Cats are meticulous groomers. If they stop grooming themselves, that could be due to pain, arthritis, obesity, or even depression. A cat that doesn't feel well enough to groom is a cat that doesn't feel good at all. And if they are grooming but still losing patches of fur, the problem might be skin allergies, parasites, fungal infections, or thyroid problems. Also, watch for over-grooming. If they're licking a spot repeatedly, it could be irritated skin, or it might be a sign of anxiety. Stress can make cats compulsively groom, especially on their belly, legs, or tail base. You may find bald spots where the fur's been licked away completely. This isn't just a grooming quirk. It's a cry for help. Healthy cats have healthy coats, and when the coat loses its shine, it's time to look closer.